What's going on, everybody? Gentleman94 here. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for joining us. This is episode number 1 for season 5, and we are actually coming right out of season 4, which was a buddy build, the Spiffy Tiffy buddy build, and we're going straight in to a new group build. This is the Harrier 50th anniversary buddy build, hosted again by the international British modeler Martin Lamont, and I'm very excited to go ahead and dive in on this and get going. The group build actually started December 28th, which, as you can see by my phone here, it is now December 28th, and I am super excited to go ahead and show you guys what I've selected to build. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know much about Harriers, but I'm interested to learn, and I'm really excited about building something like this. Here's my kit. This is what I've selected. This is a Hasegawa 1/48 scale Harrier GR Mark 7. This is the Royal Air Force one. I don't know much about it, but I'm interested in learning more. You can see this is nicely sealed. We have not opened this kit yet. I'm ready to go ahead and get moving. So, quick look at the box. It's a sturdy box, very reminiscent of most of Hasegawa's, boxings. We have not opened it yet. This is a little tear here. It's got a nice, lovely artwork here on the very front cover. Give you a look on the side here. This is the version I'm going to be building right here. Here's the side of the box, 1/48 scale. Other side of the box. Picked it up from Sprue Brothers, which is a nice little online hobby store. If I have to buy them online, I buy them from Squadron, Sprue Brothers. There's a couple different hobby stores I use. But in this case, I went with Sprue Brothers. Let's go ahead and open this up and give it a look. So let me go ahead and unbox here, pull out all the bits and pieces. Again, it's pretty similar to most Hasegawa offerings. Already, just from a brief look, the plastic looks decent. Might need to take a look at these a little bit more carefully, of course. We'll probably pull them out of the containers, but clear parts look good. They're somewhat coming off of the sprue, but that's all right. Let's put those aside real quick. And in typical Hasegawa form, one poly bag with everything in it, all the sprues. So, a lot of sprues on this one. Interesting. It's pretty big too. I wasn't sure how big this was going to be, but it's a decent sized kit. Of course, we have our decals and our instruction manual. Let me go ahead and pull these out here. Decals look crisp, clean. I don't have any complaints about that. Put that aside. And let's check the instructions themselves. Pretty standard. So, typical Hasegawa fashion, we've got the title up here. It's the Royal Air Force Harrier GR Mark 7. It's a picture, black and white, of the one I will be hopefully building. Got some historical information about it, some specifications. Flipping it open, we have a part breakdown. So you can see pretty standard Hasegawa instructions, nothing too fancy. Paint callouts right here. We're going to have to go through that and look at see what paints they call, which ones I actually need to purchase, which ones I have in the stash. And it's pretty decent. Looks like we start here with the cockpit, as usual. We have the ejection seat here. We got to put that together. We have the cockpit tub, and we have the instrument panels and all that good stuff. Before I made my choice, I went ahead and did some research on this particular kit. One of the main drawbacks, apparently, is the ejection seat. It's actually incorrect for this version. It's actually an American Martin Baker seat as opposed to the British seat. If it really gets to be a problem, we'll come on back and we'll maybe buy a replacement resin seat or something and do that. Something to think about, though, for sure. Looks like the thrust nozzles here actually move. There are these spindles that run through the fuselage sides. It looks like the nozzles hook onto the end of that. It looks like they rotate. That's kind of cool, though a bit gimmicky. I don't really see myself, getting the model out and rotating the jets around. But you never know. It's kind of neat. There's the Pegasus engine. We have the blow-in doors here on the side of the intake. Moving on, looks like we have our wings. Top part there, we have the bottom sections. Looks like down here we have our landing gears. So the landing gears are made up of 2 main gears, and then we have 2 auxiliary gears that come down on the wings. Decent looking. Moving on, we have our ordnance. Looks like we have gun pods or some sort right down here. I know Harriers were able to carry gun pods. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if I'm going to be putting the gun pods on. We've got some sidewinders. We've got some drop tanks and whatnot. There's the canopy. A couple odds and ends. And we got the drop tank installations. I wonder how many weapons this thing actually holds. I'll have to look and see what the weapon layout is on this. All right, let's take a look at the painting and marking guide. We can see we have 2 different options. Now, I'm kind of interested in building the very top one here with that lovely blue tail. So that's probably the one I'm going to be building. Moving on to the second one. It looks very similar. It does have a cool tail emblem as well, but I prefer the one with the blue on it. It's got some markings right here. Looks pretty cool. I'll have to do some research on these. I'm sure there's actual aircraft pictures here. We have our top and bottom views along with our drop tanks and weapon pylons. There's our Sidewinder missile. Very cool. And our top shot here showing some stencils. We've got some colors for the mid-air refueling probe and, of course, the different lines and whatnot there on the wing. So we need to go ahead and check out the plastic now. That's the most important part of this. Let's take a look at what is contained within the poly bag. So right off the bat, the plastic looks nice. Looks like it's pretty clean. I don't see any blemishes or huge sink marks, at least not on the side of the fuselage. There's a cockpit. We got some nice side details here. Should really look cool once I start dropping some paint. There's the intake for the Pegasus engine. Of course, then the thruster nozzles there. So yeah, it looks pretty decent. We have some nice recessed panel lines. Everything looks clean and crisp. That's really cool. Look at that detail right up top there. It's going to be neat to go ahead and paint that up. Got your mid-air refueling probe there in its stowed position. The wing's nice. It's a single molded piece of plastic here, just the top of it. It's got a nice angle on it. Plastic is smooth. We got some, I guess, spoilers up here on the side. Of course, yeah, as you can see, it's just the top piece. We'll put the bottom pieces on, but I think, yeah, it's a good looking dihedral. It's a very aggressive looking wing, very slick. Got our wing bottoms here. Yeah, got your pylon attachment points. Got 3. Here's the other landing gear area. There's not much detail in there, but well, we'll see when we get there. Everything looks pretty smooth, pretty crisp. I think this is one of the, it's not a gun pod, but it's one of the, I guess, fins that can go in place of the gun pod. At least that's what I'm going to say. There's a second one over here on this side. These are gun pods here. Those are, wow, those are massive guns. I have to check and see if my version that I'll be building actually carries gun pods. If they don't, well, we'll see what else we put on there, but I think it should be pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at the decal sheet here. Now, this is one large sheet with all the decals that we need, including stencils and markings. It looks clean, looks neat. So overall, decals look good. Let's check out those clear parts. All right, guys, so clear parts are out of the bag. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. Get you a little close-up picture of them. So here is the rear canopy. And there is a slight bit of a seam that runs right down the middle of this. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. Have a look at some references and figure that out. It feels like I might be able to polish that down, maybe buff it out. But I've never polished clear parts before, so I don't know quite how I would do that. There also seems to be one of these on the front windscreen as well. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but if that's not supposed to be there, that is super annoying. So we're going to have to go ahead and figure out if we need to polish that off and how we can do that. I don't know. We'll have to look into that a little bit more. Ooh, live and learn, right? Other parts look fine, look nice and crystal clear. Aside from that seam line, I think a little dip in future would probably benefit these and make them even clearer and cleaner looking. All right, so we'll go ahead and stick those clear parts right back into the poly bag, and we're going to call it. This is a great little kit. Admittedly, I don't know that much about the Harrier. I know it's cool looking. I know it can take off straight up off the ground. Got that short takeoff, and it's got the vertical takeoff abilities. It's a neat looking airplane. Unfortunately, I don't know much about it. So this is going to be an opportunity for me to learn everything I can about the Harrier and figure some things out. Now, before I bought this kit, I went on to, I believe it was Cyber Hobby online, and I did a little research about this particular kit, and the researcher was saying that this is actually a decent kit, that it is modeled, you know, as it should be. The decals match the way it's modeled. I guess a lot of Mark 7s are actually upgraded Mark 5s. I don't know how accurate that is because I don't have any data on the Harrier, but if so, the reviewer was saying that these actually match. Everything fits together as it should be in this kit. So I'm really excited about building it. And this buddy build, this is a big buddy build. There's like 200 some people that have joined the Facebook forum. And I think 100 and some have actually said we want to build. And a number of those have actually confirmed and are showing their kits now. So I just thought I would throw my hat in the ring on this one as well. Martin did an excellent job last buddy build. I'm really excited about joining in with this one. This kit is a great looking little kit. Again, the injection seat is a little problematic. We'll have to deal with that. But this one here with the blue tail, I love the looks of this one here. I'm hopefully going to be building this one, and this should be a really exciting adventure. Plus, I'm planning on learning a lot too. Like I said before, this is a pretty big deal. There's even prizes that Martin's talking about, you know, and I'm not gunning for any prizes, but you know, hey, if I end up winning something, that'd be amazing. So really appreciate you guys watching. Tune in next Monday where hopefully we'll get this thing on the bench. We'll get some parts painted up and we'll get you going. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hope you have a wonderful New Year's. We'll see you back here next week on Monday.